Straighten my hat up here. Good morning, Divine Collective. Good morning, Divine Feminines. Good morning, Divine Masculines. It's pretty early here. It ain't daylight yet, but I'm kind of bored. I'm an early riser, so I am up and ready to rock and roll, ready to rumble. I just want to, just going to kind of hang out here for a minute and see if anybody shows up. I decided to do the Divine Feminine Collective reading um, live, and we have Ganesh here. And the thing that I noticed immediately is like, Divine Feminine, you have every tool you need. It's within you and on you and in you that you can pull out at any time you need to. And I think that's pretty fascinating. It shows the Divine Feminine here. This is Ganesh. Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. And he can open portals to bringing in blessings. And so, Divine Feminine, everywhere you go, you're opening up doors for blessings for those you love and those you care for. And you're pretty you are steadfast because that's what this says, steadfastness. And that's that is hard to come by. Like an elephant walking through, the jungle, ain't much can stop it. You'd have to be a big tree to even get in its way. So, and then, you got every tool you need within your arsenal to create anything you need, from lunch, from creating a meal, to chopping down trees with your axe. You got an axe right here. So like you're very much ready to face whatever you need to face. Powerful. Powerful. Strong. Vital. Everywhere you go within your life, your family, your children, your mate, your job, your business. Good job, Divine Feminines. You guys are pretty awesome. We are pretty awesome, though, as women, really. For years and years and years, we've given too much credit to Divine Masculines. Not saying they don't deserve no credit, but saying that, keeping the house and the children, which are the resources for when we get older, we are going to want our children to love us. We're going to want our children to be around us. To find that balance to where everybody can be happy is not an easy job. Not an easy job. Because, we got to admit we want our way, but then we got to let our children and our spouses make choices on their own, that they are capable of learning how to make good choices, right? Right? If they don't get to make choices when they're young so that they can tell the difference between a good choice and a bad choice, then when they get older, it's a lot more devastating when you're out on your own and you start making choices and they're bad. And I've been there and I have done that. I learned the hard way. I learned the hard way because I was raised in a household where I didn't really get a choice. It was, you do what I say or else. And when I raised my children, I made those things different. I allowed my children to make their own choices, and they grew up. They did a lot better off than I could have ever imagined I was doing. Got a commercial on the TV. It's not playing my music. So I hope you guys are doing great this morning. I see somebody's on. Thank you. Hello. Hope you're doing awesome this Sunday morning, or it's Sunday here. I don't know what, where you are, so you could be anywhere in the world. Okay, so what's this divine feminine charging in to do? Because that absolutely looks like you're armed and ready. You see, I just got that, armed and ready. And you're marching somewhere royally. Ganesh, the elephant, makes me think of the Mother Earth. I mean, why not, right? She is symbolized by an elephant in a lot of different countries. Oh, look, the mother. Yeah, I'm gonna think this is an affirmation that the elephant Ganesh is a part of Mother Earth's. Well, it's earthly. It's not like in the form of an angel, which would be celestial. This is an earthly angel, I guess you would say, in the form like, Mother Earth is more than an angel, though, isn't she? She's her own goddess. She's her own creature. Yeah. She thinks and makes decisions for herself. She reminds me of Ganesh. She removes obstacles for us. She makes sure we have plenty of food to eat. She makes sure we have, she wants to make sure we all have roofs over our head. She wants to make sure we have nutritious foods to eat. Mother Earth has told me this, and she wants to make sure every child has the best education. Why not? She says it's available. I gave all the resources free for the people that had power to build up this planet to where we're at now. And now we're at a place where, we don't need slaves anymore. We've got a beautiful world. Now we need to break loose and allow the children to make sure everybody is taken care of as equals, and that would bring us all into union. It would take care of so much. The restoration to the Native Americans, the restorations to the blacks, the restoration, to the whites, because even the poor whites, that wasn't educated, aren't much different than the Indians and such like that. And there's a lot of people out on the streets right now. A lot of people. And, Mother Earth is not a racist. She loves every color of her children. They're all beautiful like the rainbow. And when you bring them all together, they're perfectly synced, in order. And a lot of people don't understand that we all come from the dark color anyway, because she carries the mitochondrial DNA and is capable. A black woman can have a child of any color. And that's just the way it is. And so a lot of people don't even understand that. I don't know what they think they come from. Yeah. So now we're into races, and I didn't know how I got there, but maybe somebody needs to know that if you check on DNA, you will find that mitochondrial DNA came out of Africa, and it came from our first mother, who was a soulful black lady somewhere along the line, whether, that's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Look it up, and you'll see mitochondrial DNA. And a black woman can have a white child as much as she can have a black child. In fact, there's one on YouTube that shows off her little white baby all the time. She's just astounded that she was capable of doing that. And I was too, but it's truth. So here we are talking about the divine feminine. We're going to go all the way back as far as we can. to the mother when she used to be the sole, deity on this planet back, back like 50,000 years ago. This was before the astronauts came out of, the aliens, before we got tampered with and our DNA got changed. And then, we've had many different human species, but there was a big jump in there between the black people, and then we had aliens come, and in my vision I saw a spaceship land, and a white woman was running out of it. So, you know thinking and contemplating over my life, I have decided that there is a possibility that white people came here as aliens, because all the natural things on this planet is dark colored. You pick wheat, it's got a darker husk. You pick blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of foods that are brown, that are wholesome. And I just kind of, you just look at all the natural order of things, and you see that it's not really everything that we might have thought. So white people may have also been introduced onto this planet. The youth. Number 3, the youth. A man and his wolf. A man and his wolf. I'm going to have to read this. This is the first time I pulled this. Let's see, we were talking about the introduction, of how, I guess we're talking about genealogy, aren't we? And where we came from and how we got here. Okay. Let's see. The youth, adventure, new horizons, excitement, independence, freedom, rebellion, impulsiveness, loyalty, compromise. A quest for adventure, to live in the moment, action without thought, defying tradition and conformity, greater risk, greater reward. Assert your independence, embrace individuality, a new direction, freedom from fear and doubts, communication and compromise, address desires. Meaning, sweet-faced and beguiling, the youth has left the security of home and hearth without a backward glance. He is alone but confident in the knowledge that a loving and supportive family will be there if he has need of them. On a quest for adventure and discovery, he seeks the excitement of the new. And this looks like heading out on an adventure too, heading out on an elephant. And here he is, and here you are, Divine Feminine, heading out with your puppy. The excitement of the new and unknown in distant lands, following whispers and rumor. He takes risks with little thought or care. His choice is to live in the moment. The past is left behind, while thoughts of the future rest only as far as his next journey. Every adventure gives him greater knowledge of the world and his place in it. Believing himself both immortal and infallible, he often acts spontaneously, using his charm and enthusiasm to win him favor and release him from strife. He rebels against sage advice or to use restraint or caution. As far as the youth is concerned, the greater the risk, the more rewarding the outcome. So maybe we've got people who are risk takers out there, adventurers, ready to look for new lands, new ideas, new civilizations, to learn new things and bring back and share knowledge with others, and such as that. And, I can even say I kind of feel this way myself, because this morning, as I was thinking about this card in Ganesh and the way it was traveling around, with all those little tools it has, its gifts, his gifts, her gifts. His gifts, her gifts, moving forward into, whatever adventure is coming. I kind of lost my train of thought where I was. But yes, to take an adventure. Oh, we were talking about mothers and the mitochondrial DNA and stuff. Okay, okay, okay. So, like I say, in my vision, I saw the white man coming to the earth. And there was actually a thing about a wolf tribe of souls that came down here at one time. And of course, we have the stories of the fallen angels and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And, the experiment of the planet Earth, blah, 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 blah. Conspiracies. I can't vouch for any of that. But what I do know that in my vision, I did see a flying saucer land and a woman run out of it. And I've contemplated on that for about 30 years now. And like I say, I felt like, because most of the natural things on this planet, wheat, rice, comes with a darker husk, a darker hue. And it's even said in the Anunnaki movie that they called this the dark hued planet. So, yeah, faith. We know something happened though, because we jumped from being cave people, to being wanderers, and, all kinds of things happened all of a sudden in our life 50,000 years ago that, they can't even explain it today. So let's move on. I'm just kind of chatting, passing the day away. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining the channel. I'm going to look up here and see what you guys got to say. Hello, those feet. I love you. UK, righteous, righteous. Yeah. What time is it there? I guess that's a silly question, isn't it? I'm so happy to see you guys join me. I love you guys. I love you guys. It is so awesome to have people to talk to that, believe the way I do, that to hang out with and chat with. That is awesome. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay, Divine Feminine, you beautiful, beautiful people out there that inspire me so much. And, I'm just so grateful that God has put me in this place, because it's, the rest of my life is going to be so interesting. 3:30 in the Arvo. Oh, 3:30 in the Arvo. Okay, wow. In the afternoon or the morning? Well, if it's in the morning, wow. And hello to you others that are out there too. Good morning, good morning, good day, good day, good evening, good evening. So happy that you guys are joining me here, keeping me company. Okay, Divine Feminine. Oh, you've been resting. That's why you got all that powerhouse going. Or maybe you need to rest. But it says right here, you're pretty strong. I see you in this steadfastness, and you're in your youth, you're adventuring, you're learning new things. Whether the adventure is in the body or the mind doesn't matter, because you know what? Even in the mind, you can go further. than you can sometimes in a regular earthly adventure. I have adventures go on in my mind. I, travel to different planets, experience different um, adventures within my mind as well. And it's pretty awesome. If I can imagine it, I'll go check it out and see if it's there. And if it's not there, I'll pretend it is, right? And that's how we keep our joyful childlikeness. We want to hold on to that inner child, that inquisitive, curious um, uh, child when you was 4 and 5, and you were learning all about the world around you, and you were so excited. And that's we want to hold on to that, so that that excitement kind of just like follows us throughout our life. And not only does it help it keep us like in a happier, it helps set the example and helps other people to learn to be happier too. And all that comes from rest, from healing, from taking adventures in your mind or in your body, having different experiences, bringing new things into your life that make you feel excited. And it doesn't matter whether it's baking bread or going on a 10-mile hike or, taking a trip around the world. Whatever makes you feel as if you've done something that was different or out of the norm, and it'll bring, it makes y'all excited. You get out, the universe was confirming what I was saying. You definitely want to keep that little child with you continuously. And if you don't find that, then you want to work on healing. Hmm. Oh, it's jumping offline off and on. Yeah, so if we're not in our childlike nature, then that might be why we want to rest and kind of explore our mind, our what could possibly making us, feel this way. I got child here in the journey there again. God's asking, the Holy Spirit is asking you've got all the tools you need to take this journey. This journey God is asking you to go on through rest and meditation to contact your inner child. Yeah, that may be what God is asking. Only you guys know if you're in touch with your inner child, and only you guys can make the choice to, be happy. We even if we don't make a choice to be happy, then we're going to be however our emotions and our mind control us. But once we make the choice to be happy, we begin to control our mind and our emotions. And in controlling our mind and our emotions, we set the tone for happiness and joy and peace. Coffee. And rest and good food. Nutritious food is very important to your mental state. Food with corn syrup in it promotes dementia. Not only that, food with corn syrup in it slows down your mind, and it will actually throw your brain off a little bit. So when you're, buying any kind of processed food, juice, apple sauces, anything that's got sugar in it, you want to make sure you're buying whole cane sugar. You do not want the processed corn syrup, because it is not good for you. And I'm just telling you the truth here. I love you. Don't eat that stuff. Don't eat processed foods. It's not good for your brain. It's not good for your body. Look at me as mama, okay? And I try to, my family hears it all the time. They hear it all the time. Don't eat from processed food sources. They ain't good for you. Get you a piece of meat, some vegetables, lean meat and vegetables, and homemade bread. Even the bread isn't the same. It isn't real bread. So, yeah. You want to take care of yourself. You want to rest. And if you don't do anything else in the world, eat your apple a day, because the apple a day keeps the doctor away. And it is literally a cholesterol pill that will clean out the cholesterol out of your system. And you can look that up too, because, I did look it up. I was amazed that you eat one apple a day is like taking a statin that's going to clean your heart, your liver, everything. Hopping off and on. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Don't know what's going on. I noticed that it's popping off and on, huh? Can you hear me now? Hello. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for showing up. I know something's going on with my connection. Take a drink of water. Another wonderful thing you can do for yourself is get raw ginger and put it in your water. And it fights, you won't get a cold. You won't catch any flus. Like I haven't had anything like that happen to me in years since I've been drinking ginger water. I put it in my water and I don't have to do fresh every day. I keep the same cup. So I'll chop some ginger up and put it in my water and my ice, and I drink it all day. It lasts a couple, 3 days. And then you put it back in there. And ginger is actually liquid, it's fire. And it burns all those toxins out of your body. I looked that up too, so look it up. It's pretty simple. It's a few slices of ginger, you throw it in your water with ice, and you drink ginger water all day. And not only that, it gives you lots of energy. You wouldn't believe the energy that you will get from drinking ginger water. And when your ginger is running out of energy, because you start not having energy from drinking your ginger water, because you'll see the difference. And so it's time to put fresh ginger in there, and it lasts about 2 or 3 days. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. So ginger water and apples. And when you're really hungry, a great thing for energy as well is peanut butter on your apple, or just a spoon of peanut butter, and it'll keep you. I learned all this while I was out on the streets. Had to eat, I had to be smart about what I was eating, because I was getting old, right? I'm in my upper 50s and I'm on the road, and oh my God, you wouldn't believe how much energy it takes when you're homeless to survive and to, take care of yourself. It's a lot worse than when you have a house. I mean, I'm not complaining, because it taught me and it kept me smart and on my toes. I wasn't about to, I quit drinking and everything, not drinking, but drugging while I was homeless, because I wasn't able to watch after myself very well. So, you change shit when you got to. Well, most people will or would. I know I did. And then God began to bless me. You know, he told me I was making the right decision. Sometimes you got to be put in a bad place to make a better decision. And I love God's technique. When I went to God, my first thing was, I said to God, nobody can control me. I can't, and I can't control myself. I'm out of control, and nobody can control me, and I'm either heading for jail or dead or whatever. And that's actually how I approach God. I hope you can help me handle myself in this life, because, like, because I was like a demon. I was mean and selfish, and I didn't want to be that way, but boy, I was. And so the change for me is so profound to be who I am now compared to who I used to be. And, God says rest, because there's change is possible for anybody. You can change anything once you determine yourself to do it. You can do it. If I can change myself and come out of that 10 years of homelessness, where 3 of it was, doing drugs, and then the last 7, I started getting my act together. It was 7 years, and, God got me back on my feet again. I remember asking, like 9 months before I got this house, I screamed out to God. I said, "Can you please give me one more opportunity? I promise I'll do the right thing." I'm serious. I screamed it out in the middle of the streets. And so God did. And what can I say? I'm thrilled. I'm so grateful, because God is good. 8 of earth, growing that tree. Yeah, that's what I did too. God told me to plant myself into this planet. Mother Earth told me to take my energy and drive it down into the earth and join with her energy. And she would help me to grow a tree. This was 2 years ago, right after I first got this house. And God said, "Now you can work on your self-development." Like, self-development? What the hell's self-development? I don't know anything about self-development. And you got to understand, my highest grade of completion was 6th grade. I trained myself from there to here, by reading books, dictionaries, things like that. So I had no idea what self-development was about. I almost cried. Did you see that? Did you catch me? It's a very emotional moment for me to talk about self-development. And so I joined myself, rooted my energy metaphysically, and anybody can do it. You just got to see it. And if you see it and believe it, it's real, and you'll get confirmation back from God. God will always confirm anything that you're working with God with. God will show you that you are. And I rooted myself into the earth through the bottom of my feet. I saw roots growing, and then I have not stopped since then in self-development. And I'm just saying, anybody of anything you want to do that'll make you better or life better for anybody, you just talk to God about it. And then, ground and root yourself into this planet. And then, grow your tree up to heaven, because the dew of heaven, the ethers of God, creation, will moisten everything, and you will grow like a well-planted tree. Kick. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what the story of Earth being here is all about. This is how we're supposed to really live, in self-development, in journeying, in experimentation, in experiences, in traveling, and things like this. We're not supposed to be stuck in one place working 12 hours a day in order to pay for food and life and a house and electric and computers. Really, those things are completely available. Everybody should have these things and be expanding and growing their soul at this time, where we're so far advanced in society, where everybody could have a wonderful and beautiful life, because all the resources are freely given. Freely. Mother Earth gives freely. If you go out for a walk through the woods and you see an apple tree and you're lucky enough nobody's put a fence around it, then you can pick an apple freely. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't have to work, because we all should have to invest in Mother Earth and invest in humanity, or let's say, let's invest in life in general, because life in general is what's important, not humanity, because humanity hasn't really benefited this planet a lot, only benefited humanity. Now it's time we work to benefit the planet and moderate maybe humanity a little bit by teaching people, what to expect when you have children and things like this, and just to have a different form of school that let you know what was really going to happen in the future, because after you leave school and you leave home, you didn't really know what the hell was going on, and if you did, you were blessed with good parents. Yeah. So yeah, for those, to give everybody a freedom of choice to choose where they would love to be, and experience that, even in jobs and stuff. There's only very few jobs where you got to be so high tech that it takes 10 years of education. Most things can be taught in a few months, right? Most things. But the world is changing, and we love that. We are making and creating a new world, and I hear about it and see it all the time. And I know that within 10 years, well, you can't even hardly recognize the world from 10 years ago today. So 10 years in the future, the way we're heading, it will be a completely different world. And hopefully, um, the powerful and the money hungry will take a little bit of pressure off the people, and not demand so much of their energy, and allow you guys to harvest your own energy for your own self development, for your own hopes and dreams, for what you would like to experience while you're here on this planet, which is really your birthright, your inheritance. Yeah, your birthright, your inheritance. I see we still got two. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. Love you guys that are here. Can you hear me now? But I know God loves us, and I know Mother Earth lives. I know Father of Righteousness exists, whether way far in the future or way far in the past. He might, be called, one of the planets are alive. I know that. They have energies that they send down here, consciousnesses. Consciousnesses. Yeah, wisdom. Because we are a consciousness, that comes out of the universe and embodies itself into a human or an animal. We can embody anything that we want to. Heaven and earth. As you can see, you got the man there, and he's got all those animals around him. And as I was saying, we come to this earth, we can embody anything, whether man, animal, trees, don't matter. We have the DNA of everything in us. And, like I say, it's a magical world. You just have to open your eyes, ask God the question, and wait for the answer, because you'll get it. It's a living universe. Hey, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. There's one left. Hey. One more card. Dot. I've given you a lot of things to think about. I know I was kind of all over the place this morning. Um, it's it's a spiritual world as much as it is a physical world. And I definitely know that I run off onto this way far on the spiritual side, but I find it, well, I was able to read and see energy. So to me, it was really very, very interesting to experience these things. And when I did, I just kind of went down that rabbit hole. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. And it may have been my destiny, to go through that portal, to go look at that cosmic egg, right? Hmm. Okay. Well, I've given you guys some thought this morning. I love y'all. I know a lot of what I said was really far out, but so was what we started out with and being steadfast. So maybe this is the Creator saying, be steadfast in your spiritual journey. Have hope, faith, believe, you know that you're loved and that you really are truly here for self development. God would love to see you have the opportunity to have the experiences. And as we have the experiences you need, to have the understanding you need to have a beautiful life while you're on this planet. And, your spiritual world is as much a part of you as your material world. And although in this world, most have to pay more attention to their material world than they do their spiritual world, there are a few of us who are just wanderers and never worried about, we didn't worry too much about whether we had a home or whether we were settled. And like myself, I was capable of exploring the spiritual side of life, the spiritual world. Um, to me, I just loved it. I was a wanderer. I wandered all over the place, and I wasn't much for having a home or even wanting a home until this last late, here in my life. And I asked God for a place to spend the next however many years I have. And sure enough, God gave it to me. So don't hesitate to ask God for what you need and be willing to work toward what you need to do to get it, because God will give it to you every single time. Okay, guys, I love y'all. Have a wonderful day. I see there's more people back. Hello, hello. Let me pull a card for you guys. Clear the energy a minute and let's just pull a card for the day. A daily card from Gaia. Don't forget to pull the ethers in and cleanse your energy. Ah, a gift. Mother Earth says she offers you a gift that you can take your energy and send it down into her plane, her planet, and she will send you back energy. She'll also help you to transmute negative and depressing energies. She'll help you to fire up. You got to be, in order for me to get my light to turn on, it has to be plugged in. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but we have 2 feet, and you send those two streams of energy out of both your feet into the planet Earth. And I know it sounds strange, but get plugged in, man. Plug in, ground. It'll be a hard ground too, and you'll feel it immediately. You'll feel as if you belong. You'll feel safe. Your anxiety will lessen. And that is the main thing, that we want to be connected to Mother Earth. And if you try this and it helps you, Spread the word to others too, because this is something they don't teach in church. They don't teach these things. And I know that it's helped me, and that's why I want to share it so it can help you guys. And if it helps you, please let me know so I can say, hey, they told me it helped too, and to tell others too. Okay? And we'll all help each other as we rise up into these new consciousnesses that we're having, because that's exactly what's happening. We're all changing and things are coming in that's new. And when things are new and you don't understand, you get nervous, you get anxious, you get frustrated, you could even get angry or cry, emotional. It happens like that. And then that's why we want to be plugged in. We want to plug in with both sockets, our light and our dark, plug it right into the Mother Earth, and she will turn on your chakra system. And the first thing you'll feel is like you belong to this planet and you're here for a reason and a purpose, and you're on your journey to figure it out. And it will happen for you, and I know it will. Okay, guys, have a great day. I love you guys. Bye bye.